What's up, everybody? How you doing? Funny little angle here for the cameras, but we're gonna do a little unboxing party for the Dexcom G6 sensor. This is the new sensor that was released to a limited release in April, and I think the general public's gonna get this in sometime in June. So make sure you go to Dexcom, call the Dexcom customer service line and get on that list for early release. You can certainly do so by just calling the customer service number. But today we're gonna show you everything that was shipped to me in this very first shipment, and we're gonna take a look and see what's inside and try to answer any questions along the way. So first and foremost is the transmitter. They shipped the new transmitter in this little box, and along with that comes the display, or they call it the receiver, the Dexcom G6 receiver. Sort of looks like a mini cell phone. Take a look in there. And then they shipped me 3 boxes of 3 Dexcom G6 sensors, and they look like this. Okay, so we'll start off with the transmitter here. So it's pretty simple. Open it up like this. And one thing that you'll notice is that it actually doesn't have that little warning packet like the G5 does. I don't know why, to tell you the truth, but it doesn't. It's just basically this little thing here. That's it. It's pretty simple. There's nothing behind it. So yeah. I also noticed that when you kind of unplug it, it's not as tight as the G5 was. That thing just basically popped right out. So I'm going to read a little bit more to learn a little bit more about what this is, what the difference are between this one and the G5, but it seems like it's fairly straightforward. The cool thing that I like about this new G6 is that it's thin as all hell. And look at that, it's maybe half the thickness of the G5, which I like, and it's very, very light as well. There's a little dimple here. Don't know if you can see that. There's a little dimple on this side, which is nice. Anyway, pretty simple design. That's the transmitter. Let's move on to the receiver. I have not opened this yet, so this is going to be kind of a surprise. So, all right, first thing I see is this right here. Let's take this out. Okay, pretty simple little design. It's pretty light. Like I said, it's about, kind of looks like one of those old cell phones, the BlackBerry. It's about 3/4 of the size. Doesn't really turn on when you hit that button. I'm assuming you have to plug. Oh, it does. This is loading. It's loading something. So, all right, cool. And then underneath the curtain are some goodies. All right, so some plastic things to keep it in, little protecting cases, that's cool. Charging cord. And the Start Here setup guide. And last but not least, okay, the actual charger. That's good. Cool. All right. One thing they did do, I think Dexcom's taking a little hint from the Apple booklet. Their packaging is becoming pretty unbelievable. I mean, this is sweet. Really nicely done. This is where a lot of the questions are coming into play, because you see this big plastic thing. A lot of people are asking, well, do you throw that away? Do you reuse it? So I took a sneak peek last night just to understand what this is. But again, there's a little start guide for you, which is very helpful. I do recommend reading this. I will read all these in the meantime, though, and do my due diligence so that I can take each step of the process correctly, and then show you guys how to do it as well on these videos. So one thing you'll notice is that the packaging is very different for these. They used to be kind of stacked up on top of each other this way. These are stacked along like this, because what they did is they made space for the large plastic thing in the transmitter. I did notice as well that each one of these sensors has a number right there. That's very, very important. We'll get into that later when we do the first insertion. But take note of that. When you take this off, don't lose that. I think you need to actually keep that number. It's pretty important, this whole process. I'm gonna take a look to see if it's actually on this as well. 5937. I don't see it on the back of the packaging. So make sure you do keep a hold of that little thing. And that's that. So 3 boxes of 3 sensors. So 9 sensors in total. The transmitter and the receiver. And that's what you receive in your first shipment.